Okay. Yeah, we back. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, we're back for part two. I had a part two. I couldn't go into part two just yet, but we do have a part two to the story involving YouTuber, content creator, media mogul, Tasha K, as well as legendary hip hop superstar Cardi B. Before I start, make sure you are putting a one in the chat so I know you hear the sound of my voice. Make sure you're putting a one in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. All right, come on, let's go. Come on. If you're watching here on YouTube or Twitter, make sure you engage because we want to get into the details of this this settlement. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to our sponsor today, and that is the Black Talent Network. Shout out to the Black Talent Network, ladies and gentlemen. They are our sponsor for this stream. The Black Talent Network is a website where Black businesses can register their business around the world on the Black Talent Network. So today's stream is sponsored by www.blacktalentnetwork.com. Yes, I am back. Okay. Yeah, listen. It was a lot to unpack today as it related to the initial reporting, but I had to come back with a part two so you guys can fully understand that this deal that Tasha K, this plan that Tasha K is in was, let's just say, orchestrated, co-produced by Cardi B. This wasn't just a plan Tasha did on her own. Cardi B's attorneys was part of this very unprecedented plan. And you guys can understand why I say it's unprecedented because of some of the conditions that Tasha K must follow in order for this plan to work. And there's guardrails in place. These are guardrails that I didn't even imagine that could be done. Nevertheless, they got it done. So I want to bring you guys into the courtroom per se, into the filing, into some of the things that went into putting this deal together. But I want you guys, before I do that, I want you to make sure you are supporting the platform. Make sure you're liking, sharing, and supporting this. This is exclusive information. I mean, you're not going to get this anywhere else. You're going to hear it repeated other places, but you're not getting it anywhere else but right here, right now. So make sure when they are telling you the story, they're not leaving any details out. And I can't leave any details out because Judge Grossman wouldn't like that. He would not want to be misrepresented. And Judge Grossman is the judge in Tasha K's bankruptcy case. So let's just talk about some things real quickly. I don't know if you guys know that on January 9th, there was a hearing on motion to dismiss, which was filed by Cardi B. And during this hearing, the judge made it very clear that Tasha would be out of bankruptcy if Cardi could prove, her team could prove any of what was alleged in the motion to dismiss. And you'll know what was in that motion. There was allegations of fraud. There was allegations of hiding guap, money, moolah, that bread. There was even false reporting that she had a trust account in Georgia, Russia, but it was actually in Georgia, the state. But in any event, the judge issued an NDA. And it was a one-sided NDA. And usually an NDA in these cases are mutual NDAs, meaning both have to be under the same rules under this NDA that obviously the court issued. But this NDA protects, this one-sided NDA protects Cardi B. Someone said, why just Cardi B? Why not Tasha K? Well, Cardi B is the plaintiff. She was the one that was wronged in this whole scenario. So the judge wasn't telling Cardi B she couldn't talk about anything. He was telling the judge was telling Tasha K she couldn't talk about anything. So this is and I have to say this is an unusual provision of protection Cardi, that the judge gave Cardi B. And this is only to prevent Tasha K from further defaming Cardi B. So it's necessary. So what I'm going to do now is read some of the transcript from that hearing. So we're going to go to, I'm going to just go jump around. I'm going to go to some of the pages. But first of all, make sure you guys are still locked in here. Hold on before I go there. Let's make sure you are in here. All right, don't be afraid to type in the comment section. I'll come back and read the comments eventually, but don't be afraid to type in because you may have some questions because there's a lot of things going on in this. So let's go ahead and go on to read some of this. So in this particular transcript that was from the hearing, let's go to line 1. Your Honor, and I'm not suggesting a continuance. What I'm suggesting is the court set an evidentiary hearing on confirmation. The court, I'm going to, and I hope you settle before then, but this is it. This is it. We are going to have an evidentiary hearing, and I will tell, particularly Mr. Van Horn, if Mr. Moon proves even half of what he alleged, no, 10%. The case isn't being confirmed and it's being dismissed. So what the courts told Tasha K's lawyer, Mr. Horn, that if Cardi B's attorney can prove 10% of what was alleged in the filing for dismissal, it's over for you. It is over. And we know Tasha K had a lot of things out there, and we know Cardi B's attorneys have the evidence. So the judge was ready to rubber stamp with the dismissal. However, out of kindness, Cardi knows what she wants to do. But she wasn't just letting Tasha K off the hook. She wanted guardrails in play, in position. She wanted to make sure that she could not weasel out of this. And this is something that I've never seen once there was a consent, mutual consent. In most cases, once there is a consent, the trustee is allowed to go about his or her way because there's a consent agreement. In this particular agreement, the judge is allowing the trustee to stay on into the conclusion of this agreement, which is 5 years. Why is that significant? It's because now Tasha K has to pay the trustee to remain in this bankruptcy because of what's happened in the past. And judges typically don't do that. So this trustee is now on the case until its conclusion. And this is very important. None of this is dischargeable. If Tasha K breaches the agreement, it's not dischargeable, meaning she's on the hook for every single penny that Cardi was awarded by the district court in Georgia. And that's significant. So there's no coming in and coming to this court just for expediency to get the case over with. No, the judge said, no, we are putting guardrails into place, and Cardi B's attorney has structured the necessary guardrails to be put in place. So let's talk about some of them. Well, first of all, the judge tells Mr. Horn, I hope your client hears me loud and clear. There's a lot he's alleged. He does not have to prove all of it. He can prove a handful of bad acts, misstatements, statements under oath that prove not to be true, failure to have real projections, any host of things, and Mr. Van Horn, you can read 1129A just like I can, and you can see what you need to prove, and you miss any one of them, you lose. And Mr. Moon's arguments, if he can prove any of this, and he suggests he has the evidence, ladies and gentlemen, he has the evidence, and it's in his motion, so it would be on you to convince me that that's not the facts. He's going to win, and this is going to be case over. This is what Judge Grossman is saying to Tasha K's attorney. He didn't say 50%. He didn't say 40%. He didn't say you got to prove 30%. He said if Cardi B's attorney can prove 10%, I'm going to have to be a little gross here. He basically said, you're ass out. You're done. You're over. This is what the judge essentially told Tasha K's attorney. With that, she's going to win, and this is going to be case over. So I don't know what else to say. Mr. Lieberman, I'm sorry, going on. You can't continue your argument. But the judge had to come in and let him know, hey, I've already saw the evidence. And the evidence is damning to Tasha K. So this is not going to be a high bar that Cardi's attorneys have to jump over. They can skip over this bar and they will be able to convince me. That's significant. This judge is locked in. He's locked in what was represented in the motion to dismiss and the allegations that were made. He's not playing any games. He saw this. I'm sure he's appalled. He's a judge that has alleged fraud that's being brought in front of him. He has to act quickly. So here we go. So the debtor which is Tasha K, was forced to accept each and every demand Cardi made for a consensual plan. She was forced to do this. All the guardrails Cardi demanded before even the first judicial settlement conference was included in the Third Amendment plan. So Cardi accepted a payment plan for 5 years that draws down the amount Tasha K owes, with each year having the required monthly payment increasing. And that's important. Why is that important? So if Tasha makes more money, Cardi gets more money. However, the amended defamation judgment is non-dischargeable. At the end, the plan period, Cardi B can seek to garnish wages as she did before the case. So you guys remember in the beginning when this case was before it got to bankruptcy, Cardi was garnishing Tasha K's YouTube and her bank account, one of her bank accounts. So this plan is a 5-year plan. And then after this 5-year plan is up, there needs to be another plan because there's a difference in this 5-year plan dollar amount and what's owed and what's remaining. So there has to be another plan put in place, or Tasha K has to file bankruptcy again to get in another plan. Not to get it discharged, but to get in another plan. And that plan will include all the money that is owed plus fees. The judge said in this particular plan, there's non-dischargeable. Nothing's dischargeable. Even what is remaining is not dischargeable, meaning she's on the hook for everything. But Cardi B is giving Tasha K 5 years to stack her paper while she's stacking the paper. So say, for example, Tasha K's worth increases by 50%. Cardi B, money that she's received is going to increase substantially as well. And that's going to be determined based on a number of factors, a number of things that Tasha K has to submit to the trustee. That is tax returns. Tasha K's tax returns has to be submitted to the trustee and Cardi B's attorney. Think about that for a second. You have to submit your tax returns to Cardi while you're in this plan every year for the next 5 years. And if the monies that is owed, now Tasha K can say this, hey, listen, I know I'm in this plan, but I came into a windfall and I want to get out this plan. Here's all your money I owe you. Then it's done. I would, and I'm not her, I would probably want to get out of this plan sooner than later because no one can tell you where you're going to be 5 years from now. So usually, and I don't know what the lifespan of a YouTuber is, but I would just say that just based on, for example, Lovely T, who's been on YouTube for a long time, and she's still going strong. It could be 10 years, like rappers may have 5-year, lifespan in the music or just time in music. And, but Tasha K is doing more than just music. I mean, not music, but more than just blogging. She's a comedian. She's doing shows. She's doing, she has other streams of revenue coming in. So whatever those streams of revenue coming in, if they increase, then Cardi B benefits from that. So let's see here. I got some more notes here. So the defamation judgment is again non-dischargeable, and the provisions of the plan shall limit, waive, and modify provided in Article 6J, which provides for a tolling of any applicable statute of limitation and stay of collection actions against the debtor and others, including Shekna Kibi and Yellen, which is the other company that they started after they dissolved Kibi Studios. As described in Article 6J, during the pendency of the plan, so long as there are no uncured defaults in plan payments to Ms. Almazar. The plan has extremely powerful guardrails in place to ensure Tasha's compliance. For example, there's a true up provision with which provides that if Tasha's income increases, as I said, to more than what was projected, plan payments will be adjusted upward to be based on actual versus projection payments. So, for example, they gave a projection in this plan that Tasha must adhere to. However, if she makes more money, there's an upward in that agreement. So it's actual versus projection. Conversely, there's also a floor to the payments. If Tasha's income dips below what is projected, Tasha is nevertheless required to at least make the projected payments set forth in the plan. So this is significant. They got guardrails. So the guardrails are strong. They're strong because the trustee is going to be there from start to finish. So in subchapter V, the trustee remains in place. As I said, normally in like in these type of plans, consensual plan scenarios, the subchapter V trustee is discharged, meaning he or she can go. However, she remains in place in this case because they don't trust her. They don't trust Tasha K, unfortunately. So this is why this is happening. So regardless of whether the plan is confirmed on consensual or non-consensual basis, the subchapter V trustee will remain in place throughout the life of the plan. And the subchapter V trustee may be entitled to additional compensation because no one works for free. Because that's the service that the trustee is rendering and is provided in the confirmation. So the subchapter V trustee shall invoice the reorganized provisions tolling statute of limitations and statutes of repose, unusual and strong protection for Ms. Almazar in the plan. So this is different. This is like something that I haven't seen before. The fact that you're going to have a trustee that stays in and for the whole plan is crazy because usually they dip after they get a plan in place. Okay, we out of here. See ya. But no, the judge said, no, we want you here from start to finish. And Tasha got to pay for this. So it behooves Tasha K to get out this deal as soon as possible. And, I just think it makes sense. Now, she has the ability to grow, but there's still going to be guardrails. They're not just taking her word for it. They want to make sure. So there's a few other things that I want to go over. So we talked about tolling of the applicable statute of limitations. So assuming neither the debtor nor any debtors, insiders, and or affiliates are in unsecured breach of this plan, that would be not Kibi Studios, but Yellen and Shakna, because he obviously owns the Kibi Studios or Yellen. All applicable statutes of limitation for any claims or causes of action that Ms. Almazar may have against the debtors, insiders, including Shekna Kibi and Yellen, and their affiliates shall be tolled for the duration of the plan, assuming neither debtor nor any of the debtors, insiders, and or affiliates are in uncured breach of this plan. This tolling period shall commence on the effective date of this plan and continue until the plan is fully consummated or otherwise terminated by the bankruptcy court. During this time, no claim or cause of action that a creditor has or may have against the debtors, insiders, and their affiliates is barred by any statute of limitation that would have otherwise expired during the plan's term. The tolling period shall be excluded from and not to be counted in the computing the running of time under any statute of limitation or other time-based defenses that might be asserted as a bar or limitation to any such claim. suit, or action, and the debtor and debtors, insiders, and affiliates forever irrevocably waive the same. So, no matter what happens, I don't care what other creditor comes out the woodwork, Tasha K, Yellen, and Shakna are locked into this plan. They're locked in. So whatever y'all got going over, whatever you creditors got going on over there, is not going to affect what Tasha K has to do and deal with Cardi B. So that's important. So exceptions to stay for commencing actions to preserve claims. Notwithstanding any other provision of the plan or the bankruptcy code, the stay described in this section J shall not bar the filing of any complaint, claim, or other action by Ms. Almazar solely to preserve a cause of action that would otherwise be extinguished by an applicable statute of repose. Any such action shall be limited to filing and preserving the claim or cause of action to avoid applicable statute of repose and shall not proceed to adjudication or enforcement without further relief from bankruptcy court. That's important. Strict quarterly financial reporting required during life of the plan. Normally, this is not the case. They want a quarterly reporting, a strict quarterly reporting from Tasha K to make sure she's not lying about anything that she has. They want a reporting. This is quarterly. So quarterly, so you got 20 times in this plan she's going to have to report. 20 times in this 5-year plan she's going to have to provide reports. And quarterly. It's a 5-year plan. Also, her income tax returns have to be shared with the subchapter V trustee and counsel for Tasha K. This is also something that is unusual, and an unusual requirement. This is unusual. That's like, I don't want these people in my business like that. Let me try to resolve this. No, they want to be in it. It doesn't just go to the trustee, it goes to Cardi B's attorney. So this is like this is a marriage here. My goodness. So during the pendency of this case and through the terms of the plan, the debtor shall provide copies of yearly income tax returns simultaneously to the trustee and counsel for Ms. Almazar, but not file with the court no later than 30 days after the filing of the income tax return with the underlying taxing authority. So once you file, oh my God. So once you do your tax returns within 30 days, Tasha K's attorney and the trustee must have a copy. My goodness. You know what this feels like? You know when the doctor's doing an examination up your butt? This is what they doing. They up her butt for 5 years. Oh my goodness. Gotta be painful. Ooh. While other creditors are paid quarterly, Miss Almazar is paid monthly. So her other creditors are paid quarterly. Tasha K has to pay Cardi B monthly payments. Monthly payments. So that rope, they got a rope. They forget a rope. The leash is a short one. Cardi's not waiting every 90 days for bread. She's getting it every month. It's like that tax, that rent, every month. The judge made clear that, like in this case, the judge made clear that Tasha has an opportunity to move on with her life if she complies with all the terms of the plan. And she, and he strongly advised her to live up to her obligations and her commitments. He told her, listen, you got to live up to this. We not playing with you. You don't want to come back before me. You know, I'm young. I got the time. He didn't actually say that part, but I'm just telling you, that's essentially what happened. But hold on a second, guys. Wait, hold on. You guys are enjoying what we're hearing today? Are you enjoying the conversation here? Because, you know, I can stop right now if you got enough information. I got much more. I got much more. And we can stop. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to stop. Because there's some more tea up in here. Put a 1 in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to keep on. If you want me, okay. You said 1 to stop? Wait. No. What was that? Old 1? No, put a 2 in there if you want me to stop. Because, you know, I got more. It gets more intense. Oh, my goodness. This thing gets intense. Oh, my goodness. So what, you know, bottom line is there are guardrails in place. There are guardrails in place. This is not just going to be a walk in the park for Tasha K. And that's just the reality of it. That's not going to be the case. It's not. You know, it's what they have to do at this point. You know, when you have allegations of fraud and deception and shuffling, you know, they're not playing. So what do you guys think? I mean, having to file your tax returns and then provide, they both got to do it. They both got to do it. And I think this wouldn't be the case in a normal bankruptcy had not the allegations that were made by Cardi B's attorneys. And the judge it was up to here. He said 10%. I only need 10%. You don't got to show me 50%. Just give me 10%. Prove one thing to me. In this case, it's getting dismissed, and you can go and take everything. But Cardi didn't want that to happen. She understands. She understands a lot. She understands that Tasha has a family. And she understands, more importantly, that she can't get anything if Tasha doesn't have the ability to make money. She understands this. I think it's honorable by Cardi B to be able to put this behind her as person. Well, not really behind her, but faction. You know, her attorneys fashion a plan, and Tasha K didn't do this plan by herself. Cardi was all in the mix of this plan. So if anyone thought earlier that Tasha put this whole thing together, but no. Cardi's attorneys were a part of all this. This is why you think Tasha K would agree to have her tax returns forward to Cardi's attorneys, you know, every filing within 30 days? No, absolutely not. So this is done, you know, make Cardi feel comfortable that everything's being made. You know, everything's being, you know, agreed, you know, everything's being fulfilled. So I think personally, if Tasha has a windfall, she need to just go ahead and say, listen, Mr. Sub Chapter V trustee, I got all her money. I don't want to deal with you folks anymore. Here's your bread. I don't want to pay no more extraditional fees. It's almost like being in you know, you go get a loan and you look at the loan agreement is like 29% interest rate you have to pay on the loan. Oh, heck no, I'm not trying to do that. I'll never get out of that situation. While Tasha's not paying Cardi B interest on what she owes, she's paying additional fees coming from, you know, dealing with the trustee, and, you know, yeah, it's still unnecessary. You got to try to save wherever you can save at, and this is, you know, it's just what it is. So she will have to make sure she makes Cardi happy. That's what has to happen. She has to do that. And the only way she's gonna make Cardi happy is just to fulfill her agreement. That's it. I I I think it's a decent deal. I don't know what you guys think. I think it's a decent deal. I think it's a decent deal. But with that said, this should be my last time reporting on this. You guys got the gist of it. That's what it is. I mean, make sure you know this wouldn't have been possible if Cardi didn't agree to it. It wouldn't have been possible. That's just what it is. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming in. I wanted to make sure I cleared that up and let you guys know that this wasn't just, something Cardi accepted without having her own protections in place. This was something that her attorneys, which Judge Grossman praised for putting this together, and I'm hopeful that Tasha K does everything she has to do. I'm hopeful. Yeah, I listen, Teresa. I agree with you. I mean, this is one of those FO. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, let me say something else. I know a lot of you that follow me on YouTube wonder where I be at. I be moving around. I'm not on YouTube all the time, but I want to get back. This is like my guilty pleasure. But I know I have other things I'm doing now. I got a major project I'm on right now. I want to come and talk to you guys every day, but I have to kind of manage everything else I got going on in addition. So I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna do better. I promise you. I'm gonna do better. But this again, hold on. Before I even go anywhere, I didn't told you guys this. I gotta hold on. I gotta put this out here. Hold on. Shout out to the Black Talent Network. Shout out to my sponsor, Black Talent Network. They definitely came through. If you have a business, a Black business, and you want to promote, make sure you're shooting a message to the Black Talent Network. They promote business from all over the globe. So they are obviously they're doing a relaunch, but they have instructed me to tell you guys to go ahead there. If you have a business, send them a message on your business, your website, what if you have a product or service, where you're located, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And let them reach back out to you and see if you guys are getting their registry. It's a national registry. I mean, catchy name, Black Talent Network. You can, hey, Black Talent Network, business, music, entertainment, fashion, film. It's whatever you got you pushing, and it's Black owned. You can go and find it on Black Talent Network. Someone had a question. What's your question here? Let's see here. Okay, so let me answer that question here. Let's see what that question is here. Question from Forgiven. Forgiven. I like the catchy name. Does she still owe the full amount? Yes, she still owes the full amount. She definitely owes the full amount, but it's just being broken down over time. The amount was not lowered. The amount was not lowered at all. No amount was lowered. The 5-year plan covers a quarter of what is owed. What happens after this 5-year plan is completed, there's another plan that has to be put in place. Depending upon how much was paid in this 5-year plan, the remaining has to get into another plan. That's very important. So the first 5 years, let's just say $1.2 million has to be paid to Cardi B. There's still a balance remaining. And that would include the difference of what Tasha K owes and what Kibi Studio owns, or Yellen. Forget Kibi Studio, Yellen, because it was changed. That needs to be put in another plan after the 5 years. It's going to take longer for Cardi to get her money, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So there's no, Cardi didn't sell for, and if anyone's reporting that, it's inaccurate. Cardi did not sell for a portion of her money. That's not factual. Cardi settled for what the judge awarded her, and she only thing she's agreeing to is breaking it up. Breaking it up. I want all my money. You just don't want to give it to me all now, but I want all my money because she's still on the hook for every penny. But she's breaking it down. And here's the alternative. If there was no plan, Cardi would literally be taking all the assets, not a portion of the assets, all the assets that Tasha K brought in from all the various streams of revenue. That's the difference. But there's no reduction in what Tasha K owes Cardi B. No reduction at all. There's just been amortized over 5 years or spread out over 5 years for the first quarter of what's owed. Then you go back in after the first 5 years, it's completed and the plan is fulfilled. Then you start another plan. How do we start paying off the other plan? It's just like a long plan. I mean, like a long plan, but it is what it is. Okay, let me see what you said here. Okay. Let's see here. He said, no, it wasn't. Listen, it was not reduced. No, it wasn't reduced. It was only broken down into blocks. So it wasn't reduced. Anyone who's reporting that don't know. I know firsthand what I'm talking about. You guys know I know. You guys know I know. There's no reduction in what Tasha has to pay to Cardi B. It's only been amortized over, a part of it's been amortized over 5 years. So here's another, and I ain't saying this is going to happen. So after this plan's fully fulfilled, Cardi can come back and say, okay, now you did this plan. I waited 5 years to get this much out of you. Okay, what about the rest of my money? I still need the rest of that bread. I need the rest of that money that you owe me. You got me good on $1.2 million. Well, that just covered my legal fees. Now I need the rest of that money. But they're going to be together for a long time. Those two are going to be together for a long time. That is certain. That is certain. They will be together for a long time. As long as that money is outstanding. Cardi did not reduce a penny. She only had a portion of it spread out over 5 years. The rest of that money got to come in the house after the 5 years is done. The money has to come. That's what it is. So anyone reporting anything contrary to that is not telling you the truth. That's just what it is. Or they don't understand. But I'm telling you, this is a fact. Don't believe me? You know who to reach out to. Who else would know this? Who else would know this when I'm telling you? That's all I got to say on that. But thanks for the question. I appreciate it. Anyone has any other questions, please drop them in right now. Ask your questions now or forever hold your peace. I'm going to give you opportunity to ask your questions. But make sure, wait, hold on. Y'all know what wait a minute. Y'all didn't even hit the super chat cash app. You didn't do. I ain't answering no more questions. Hold on a second here. Let me do something here. You guys get forgetful. You want all it. Listen, I ain't gonna give you no more. Hold on. Let me do this again. Hold on. Let me go do this here. May help you out here. All right. Okay, we don't do that right there. Here we go. Bam. All right. That's it. That's how you support the platform. That's how you support. Shout out to my sponsor, but shout out to those who are supporting. You have any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Please ask the questions now. Please ask the questions now. All right, guys, I gotta go offline for 2 seconds. I'm not gonna be right here, but I'm gonna be in the background. Stand by. Stand by. I gotta do something. Stand by. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm back. All right, all right. Okay, guys. So I do appreciate you tuning in. I'll see you guys on my next live. With that said, hope everyone has a great Monday, and we're back. Peace.